Some movie scenes stay with us long after the credits roll. The duel between Achilles and Hector in Troy is one of them. It's not just the brutality or the choreography that makes it so unforgettable. It's how everything from the camera work to the emotional stakes comes together in a perfect storm of storytelling. This isn't merely a sword fight, it's a clash of worldviews, of deeply personal motivations and ancient ideals. The scene becomes a turning point, not only in the narrative, but also in the audience's emotional journey. What makes it stand out is how seamlessly the visuals, character arcs, and fight choreography interlock to tell a deeper story. It's not just about who wins or loses, it's about what each fighter represents and what the fight itself reveals. In many ways, this duel is the heart of Troy, and its lasting power speaks volumes about its cinematic craft. The Achilles versus Hector duel doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's the culmination of layered emotional buildup and clashing ideals. Hector, the honorable prince of Troy, accidentally kills Patroclus, mistaking him for Achilles. The tragedy sparks a chain of events fueled by grief and vengeance. Achilles, once aloof and detached, is now consumed by rage and personal loss. He challenges Hector to single combat, demanding justice not only for his cousin's death, but also to satisfy his insatiable thirst for glory. This isn't just a duel between two warriors. It's a confrontation between two philosophies. Hector stands for duty, family, and the defense of his people. Achilles, in contrast, represents personal glory, legacy, and the pursuit of immortality through reputation. One fights because he must, the other fights because he chooses to. Their setting, outside the gates of Troy, adds to the gravity. It's a symbolic no man's land where ideals are put to the test. Both men know what's at stake. For Hector, it's the protection of his city and honor. For Achilles, it's redemption through revenge. With every step toward each other, we feel the weight of everything that brought them there. The scene is not just about a fight, it's about everything that fight stands for. What makes the duel so emotionally charged is how perfectly it embodies the essence of both characters. Hector is the steady heartbeat of Troy, a family man, a loyal son, a protective brother, and a courageous leader. He doesn't seek out battle for the thrill, but embraces it out of necessity. His strength lies in his responsibility and his humanity. He fights with purpose, always anchored in the greater good of his people. Achilles, on the other hand, is a man driven by ego, pride, and the desire to become legend. He is unmatched in combat, almost mythic in presence, and consciously aware of the legacy he's crafting with every strike. Where Hector represents duty, Achilles represents ambition. Where Hector values peace, Achilles thrives in chaos. These opposing forces are what make their eventual confrontation feel inevitable. The symbolism is powerful. Hector is the last true protector of Troy, and Achilles is the storm that cannot be stopped. Their duel is less about right versus wrong, and more about honor versus glory. It encapsulates the themes of Troy as a whole: legacy, fate, pride, and the cost of war. This isn't just about physical prowess. It's about identity, values, and what drives each man to face death. The power of the Achilles versus Hector fight lies not just in the clash itself, but in how it's presented visually. The scene opens with the gates of Troy creaking open, a slow, deliberate shot that immediately builds tension. A dolly push-in on Hector's face brings the audience into his psychological state. We see fear, duty, and resolve all flash across his expression. This is not just a wide battle scene. It's an intimate emotional moment told through framing. Then comes a subtle masterstroke, a wide, over-the-shoulder shot from Hector's perspective. Achilles stands alone, isolated in a vast, empty space. In most contexts, this would make a figure seem small, but here, it has the opposite effect. The emptiness surrounding Achilles only heightens his presence, making him feel massive and immovable. It reflects Hector's own fear and sense of impending doom. The camera consistently centers us in Hector's shoes, grounding us emotionally in his experience. The sound design complements this perfectly. The groaning gait, the hush of the wind, the solemnity of the music. All these elements combine to give the duel a mythic, almost fated tone. Even before swords are drawn, the visual storytelling makes clear this isn't just a fight, it's a reckoning. Before the first blow is struck, the tension peaks in the dialogue exchange between Achilles and Hector. They speak not just as warriors, but as men trying to find meaning in the moment. Hector offers a noble request, that the winner allow the loser proper funeral rites. Achilles coldly denies him. There are no pacts between lions and men. It's a line that defines the core of his character, merciless, proud, and beyond reason.
Now you know who you're fighting.
Then, in a simple but powerful gesture, both men remove their helmets. This isn't just a practical move for the audience to see their faces. It's symbolic. Hector killed Patroclus, mistaking him for Achilles because of a helmet. Now, by removing theirs, both characters shed the mask of war. They reveal themselves fully, emotionally, and physically. This unmasking sets the tone. There's no hiding anymore. It's a deeply human moment in a scene otherwise charged with mythic energy. Two men, barefaced, stepping into fate. The choreography of the duel isn't just visually impressive. It tells us everything about who these men are. From the moment Achilles makes the first move, the tone is set. He fights on his terms, dictating the pace and rhythm. Every swing of his sword is controlled, confident, and calculated. There is a deadly precision to his movements, reflecting a warrior who is trained for perfection and expects dominance. Hector, in contrast, fights with urgency and grit. His strikes are strong but more reactive, driven by survival rather than mastery. He knows he's at a disadvantage, but he doesn't retreat. Instead, he adapts, defends, and endures. The duel becomes a dance of contrasts. Achilles the predator, Hector the defender. A pivotal moment comes when Achilles realizes Hector isn't falling as easily as past opponents. He pauses, reassesses, and shifts tactics. He raises his shield vertically, adjusting his stance for better balance and a wider arc of attack. This moment marks a subtle but crucial shift. Achilles is not just relying on brute skill, but also strategic thinking. Their fighting styles reflect their personalities. Achilles' dominance and pride versus Hector's resilience and honor. Through combat alone, we learn more about these characters than any dialogue could reveal. The brilliance of this fight isn't just in broad strokes. It's in the small, meticulous choices that elevate the scene. Take, for instance, the camera work. Unlike many modern action sequences, this duel relies on mostly static, wide shots. The stability creates clarity and elegance, mirroring Achilles' control over the fight. There's no frantic handheld chaos. Instead, every movement is deliberate and readable, reinforcing the mythic tone. One striking moment is the slow push-in on Achilles' face after he adjusts his fighting stance. It's not just a stylistic flourish, it visually represents his internal recalibration. The camera's motion mirrors his thoughts, showing that he's not merely reacting but adapting with purpose. Even the choice of camera angle adds meaning. Most of the fight is shot at eye level, suggesting equality, but when Achilles performs his signature jumping stab, the angle drops low, looking up at him, almost reverent. It turns a move into a moment of awe, subtly enhancing his near-mythical aura without ever making him superhuman. As the fight nears its end, tension reaches a peak. Hector, against all odds, manages to wound Achilles, a rare moment that visibly stuns the Greek warrior. For the first time, Achilles shows vulnerability. It's brief, but it speaks volumes. No one has come this close to harming him before. The moment humanizes both fighters, one for breaking through, the other for reacting with genuine surprise. Then, the camera shifts to an extreme wide shot, our first during the fight. This pause gives the audience a moment to breathe. It's the calm before the storm, signaling something monumental is about to happen. It's a visual cue that prepares us emotionally for Hector's death. Achilles delivers the final blows with theatrical precision. A spear to the chest, a pause, and then the fatal sword strike. It's not just brutal, it's operatic. This isn't a warrior killing a rival. It's a man fulfilling a personal and symbolic destiny. It's revenge, wrapped in tragedy. What makes the Achilles vs. Hector duel truly unforgettable is not the violence, it's the meaning behind every move. This is a battle where honor meets pride, where mortality confronts legacy. Hector faces death with dignity, Achilles with wrath and precision. Their fight becomes a mirror for the larger war, a symbolic clash of ideals. The choreography is flawless, but it's the storytelling within it that gives the scene its power. We don't just watch two men fight, we feel the weight of everything they represent. That's why this duel endures. It's not just action, it's art, emotion, and timeless narrative in motion. What do you think makes a great cinematic fight scene truly unforgettable?